so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me. This is Joy, and I hope that you are making some time to nurture your soul as you continue to journey beyond narcissistic abuse. I wanted to spend some time talking to you today about how the super empath's resilience crushes the narcissist's soul. You know, when you're in relationship with these creatures, they're never worried about you. Everything has to evolve around them. The world actually, according to them, revolves around them. And when we are in relationships with people, healthy relationships, we do things for one another. It's about reciprocation. But we find that in these one-sided relationships, it's always, us giving to them. And with a narcissist, they are so entitled that they felt like this was owed to them. There was no level of appreciation. There was absolutely no compassion whatsoever. But you can't really expect compassion from somebody that lacks empathy. It just doesn't exist. And so it doesn't really matter how the discard came about. Maybe they discarded you or you discarded them, but it happened, right? And so the narcissist wants time to pass. They want time to pass because they foolishly believe that time heals all wounds. The truth is, it's what we do with the time that heals the wounds. And so they move on. They involve themselves with new supply, and they live their best fake lives. And we have to dig in. We do the work to begin the process of healing. Oftentimes you find that we lean towards our faith. For many of us, I had to fully throw myself at his feet and ask him to heal my heart. Ask him to touch the parts of me that were just crying out for healing. That were just crying out for a breath of him, for his breath, really, to help me make it through. And it's because of his faithfulness towards us, and it's how he walks with us through these valley moments, that we are strengthened in our faith, because we really do have an encounter with him in these valley moments, that we gain a level of awareness of who we are. And not only who we are, but whose we are, and how much he loves us. That he would step down from divinity and come and see about our humanity and tend to our needs. And so we hold on to his unchanging hands, and we trust him. And we trust him with our whole hearts. And we continue to do life. And so the narcissist, right? Living their best fake life, do what narcissists do. They look back. They have to take a look to see what you are doing. That's just how they are. They have to spy, stalk, so that they know when to temperature check, when they can hover. Most likely because they're getting bored with whatever they're doing, or their new toy is no longer as shiny as it once was. And they see you. They see you moving on. And they're surprised. Wow, look. They have upgraded. And when I say upgraded, they see that there's a change. You upgraded not just in the realm or in the natural realm, but there's an upgrade in the spiritual realm. And this, they cannot resist. They have to come back. But they try to come back, and they get ignored. They find that they're on no contact, and they just can't break that firewall. So they're confused. Because according to this entitled creature, the world evolves around them. You should be answering their call. After all, you need them in your life, is what they think. But the more you ignore them, they become jealous, and they become envious, and they start to realize that you don't need them. As a matter of fact, you never needed them. And they see that you didn't even acknowledge them. You're not calling them. You're not checking up on them. You don't act like the other sources of supply who are in their lives, who they discarded over and over again. And even if you were somebody who was discarded several times, you finally woken up. And look at you. You have the nerve to be out here just flourishing, just blossoming, thriving, elevating yourself in the realm of the spirit. Your soul is looking so much better. And the narcissist wants access to that. But you're denying them. And they simply cannot believe this. That is a narcissistic injury. And they get stuck. And anything that is stuck, anything that is stagnant, is dead. They can't get past that fact that you are no longer interested in them. All they are focused on is you. Everybody who is around them has to hear about you because you are the center of the narc's world. Many people have a hard time actually receiving this because you don't see the narcissist popping in and out of your life. You don't hear them. And that's because they really can't. They can't accept you ignoring them. And so they have to do this on the down low. They don't want you to know. Because you ignoring them speaks so loudly to them. It lets them know that they are so insignificant that they don't even deserve acknowledgement from you. Other times you find that they go crazy, just creating fake account after fake account, all to get your attention. And still, you have the nerve to ignore them is what they think. Still issuing narcissistic injuries because you're too busy doing the work of a super empath. Listen, all of this is soul crushing to the narcissist because what has happened is during the time that you were healing and growing, your soul was being revived. Because when you're with the narcissist, they siphon your soul. And this is why, a lot of the times when we're in these relationships, we end up coming out of these relationships looking not like ourselves, a bit busted, not as vibrant as we were. We're tired. There's a change in our appearance, in how we feel physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. There's even a change in our finances sometimes. And the narcissist is out here looking good, thriving, looking amazing because they've been siphoning your soul. But now they've been playing with toxic supply. They've been playing with the downgrade, and they look exactly like the downgrade because they didn't have access to you. And the moment that you decided to level up, the moment that you decided to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because He is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the one who will sustain you. He is the one who will heal you. He is the one that will feed you. He's the only one that can see you through. You grow, you bloom, you flourish, and there's a radical change. And that's what the narcissist wants. But you've denied them that access. And they have to stay in the state that they're in. And the realization that they can no longer tap into your soul is devastating to them. They realize that they are poor judges of character. It doesn't matter how much they lie to everybody else and how much their toxic supply believes their lies. In these moments, they have to face their truth. They made a poor judgment call. They realize now that it may take them forever to find somebody else like you who will bring that type of supply, if ever. Because now they know that not everybody is like you. Not everybody is a super empath who will entertain them. And they realize that they had a 1 in a million chance and they messed it up, that is devastating to them. Not everybody will be like you. And this is not about physical looks. That is very shallow and superficial. This is about your qualities as a human being. This is about the assignments that are assigned or that are part of who you are, your calling, your mantle. That was the assignment to take out. And so now that you have chosen to do the work, to level up and deny this joker access to you, it is absolutely crushing to their soul. And they have to live with that truth for the rest of their lives, because you will no longer entertain the ways of the enemy. You are forward focused, and that is it. And so it is your resilience that actually defeats them. It is knowing that you will no longer entertain them. It is knowing that you are so committed to your God and your purpose that you will not be pulled aside. You will not give in to a hover. You will not be entertained by a worker of iniquity. You will not give way to the enemy anymore that crushes their soul. So I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to listen to me. Until the next video, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.